Another question that you did have, Alana, that I think is really worth addressing here in just a minute or two, it was about the value of creating an opportunity zone strategy. And it's not just like this, and Maria, you can chime in here as well. It's like, it's not just this finite number, right? Like if you do this, you're gonna save $100,000 on your taxes or something like that. Mm. It is much more personalized than that, in a sense that you have to put a capital gain into a fund, right? That fund then distributes into a company. And if you're working with real estate, it's the appreciation of that real estate that you don't pay the capital gains tax on in 10 years. However, like that real estate is sort of limited by the walls and the floors and the property lines. If you do this with a company, you have much more potential to appreciate the value in multiple X's over 10 years. And so, when you ask the question about how much is this going to make me or how much is it going to be worth, what you really have to identify is how much money needs to go into the business to start it up. And then what am I going to exit at in 10 years? Whatever the difference is, that's the value of doing an opportunity zone strategy, right? So if you're going to make a small company, maybe not quite worth it, right? But if you're going to do something that is remote and scalable and going to be global or something like that, now you have a huge potential. So that question was a really good one, and I wanted to address it. Just FYI, and I don't know, Maria, if you want to chime in.
No, basically, the initial benefits or the forefront benefits are for the investor, the one that generates a capital gain and invest it in the fund, and then the fund invests in the business. And as you mentioned, and a lot of articles, in these past month, have been concentrating on the QOZBs, the business, the venture. That's where the experts see that potential that Chris is talking about, the 5x or the 10x or whatever they define, because they see businesses able to, leap in value. So that's if you go and search some opportunities on articles or whatever lately, they're talking about businesses, how businesses can, and then the business itself, if it's not going to be the investor, has the benefit of this new capital that maybe it didn't have reach to before. They're like in Puerto Rico, the alternatives for financing a business is a bank, your savings, or your family and friends, and banks lately in Puerto Rico are not loaning money. It's very hard to get a loan from banks. So if you can get part of your financing from a QOF, a qualified opportunity fund, that's a benefit for the business. And you can, exponentiate it, make it bigger if you also invest in the QOF,
Well, and that's the key part, right? I know, Alana, you were talking about this when we first met. It's like, how do I make sure that I'm not bootstrapping my whole life, right? So getting you involved as an investor in the QOZB is actually a really critical component that I really feel strongly about teaching and educating people on. And that is to say, like, you can sell crypto, you can sell a part of your current company to an unrelated party. Like there's other ways other than selling property or stock, right, to be able to generate that. So hopefully that makes sense. And I want to just get people's wheels turning around this. Because real estate can get connected to it as well. Thanks for listening, and when you're ready to dive in deeper, you can claim your free 3-day trial membership to OZworks Group. Plus, we'll give you an OZ intro course with that membership. Just visit ozworksgroup.org/trial, and we'll see you soon.